Yay! I almost missed the chair. Yeah, would I have left that video in if I had missed the chair and like crawled back in it? A mosquito bit me on my ankle. I hate mosquitoes, little dirty bastards. Um, um, Personal philosophy, and it's really a universal philosophy. Of course, everybody, well, that's not what I believe. I love it when people talk about believe. What do you believe? Well, I believe. If you don't believe what I believe, you are not your beliefs. The most fundamental aspect of human strife. Even if we got rid of all the money in the world, and every person was given a giant free house with a pool in the back, and the weather was perfect, and had all the free food and endless free vacation, there would still be endless strife and misery because so-and-so's wife across the street had bigger tatas and was younger, and your wife was older, or, vice versa. The person next to you had greener grass. Human strife, it would just never end. It's true that anybody trying to build a utopian society is fundamentally a demented fool, and they know nothing about human nature. Nobody is their beliefs. You are not what you believe, and I am not what I believe. The only thing that actually matters is truth and wisdom. Being a hardcore Neoplatonic Platonist, other than being fat and obviously suffering from a degree of PTSD from 10 years of taking care of my wife screaming in misery in the other room, dying of a giant cancerous tumor, I have my head screwed on straight. Obviously, I eat too much. I made the mistake of drinking a couple energy drinks last week and nearly dying. But the principles that people should live by, and it's not about money or higher education, because the most miserable people I know are the ones that actually have the most money, and that's not saying money equals misery. I mean, I wished I had more money. I've never had a real vacation, for example. I wished I could take a month off to go to Norway and do photography. I've never had a real vacation, so we all, of course, want more money, but I mean, as far as, not happiness in life, there's a huge difference, by the way, between happiness and bliss. And it's not the sort of bliss that you are probably thinking of in your mind connotationally, but there's this ineffable quietude of, it's not happiness or inner happiness, it's of a type of contentment, but even that is incorrect, in knowing things. My principles are, and things that would actually suit everybody, is to be gentle in life, and by gentle, I mean not heavy-handed, because things will always pass. If you hold, try to reach your hate out for people that have wronged you, you should always defend yourself and your family and defend truth and wisdom. But as the old Chinese saying goes, that if you sit by the riverbank long enough, the body of your enemy will eventually float by. And this is, of course, true. So holding on to hate is never good. Always be brave, and unfortunately in our society today, people are sheep and cowards. And if someone is imminently harming other people, people will run in the other direction. People have no bravery at all. I mean, the stories that you hear out of New York and other big cities, there'll be 100 people looking out of their windows at some woman screaming in the streets as she's being accosted. And literally, this is known to have occurred many times. People are cowards. They won't even pick up the phone to call the cops, much less go down in the street to try to save that person's life. Grab a tool, whatever that tool may be. And it's well, here's a person being harmed by an evil thug in the streets. I'm either at the very least going to call the police. But no, I don't want to get involved. I don't want. I'm just going to close the window and pretend I didn't see. People have no bravery anymore, and that's actually one of the serious degradations of society. It always has been. People are cowards. A large number of people are undeniably so cowards. The most important thing that people don't do is because it doesn't make them imminently rich or help their life. It doesn't help them pay the bills, but they don't realize the importance of it, and that's wisdom. People don't seek wisdom. All they do is they grind the gears in their head all day long to try to think of ways to screw over Bob or Sue or Larry to get their money so I could line my pocket, so I could buy a bigger house and impress hot chicks and take a nice vacation. Even I wished I could have a real vacation, but I don't think about money that way. I stress about countless bills that I have, but, you know, at least I have my wisdom, and that can never be taken from me, so not by anybody. I believe in always fighting against tyranny, and this goes to people being cowards. People will just let all politicians are evil. Every politician is a scumbag, evil SOB. Anybody that wants power over others, because there's a handful of people on this earth that actually have control over themselves, and I don't mean their physical body, because nobody has control over their physical body. Meaning, subjectively, they don't have control over themselves, but they also want power over, they not only don't have that, they want power over all these other people. So anybody that wants to be a politician, i.e. have control, they are, by definition, unwise, degenerate scum. They are. People that want power over others are unwise, degenerate scum. That's a huge difference between people wanting to help other people. They're just like stepping up. I'm going to help people. I'm not elected to anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to help people. I don't have to be elected to help anybody. But helping people is not wanting control over other people. See, that's how politicians, and all politicians are evil scum. They tell these idiot people that they want to help them, but they don't. What they do is they want power over them. Tyranny and desire for power over others is contrary to natural order and law. Nature abhors tyranny, and it will only suffer it for a small time. Stalin, Lenin, the Bolshevik scum, old scumbag, evil sack of poo Adolf in 1930s Germany. Nature always abhors tyranny, and it will always snuff it relatively rapidly. Now, for those that suffer underneath it, they don't think it's quick enough, but nature always destroys tyranny because it runs against natural order. And nature will only suffer that pressure, literal pressure, for a very short period of time. Most important things I've found in life are, number one, to be self-sufficient. The most important thing in life are actually two things: wisdom and self-sufficiency. Those are the number one and number two factors on my list of 10 things that I try to adhere to. I'm always seeking wisdom. I have a lot of wisdom. Whether you agree or not, I don't care, but I do. I'm extremely self-sufficient. I don't believe in taking pills of any kind. There's all these people out there not taking drugs, illegal drugs. Their whole life is just, they can't go with 4 hours without taking some sort of prescription pill. That's not self-sufficiency. That's the opposite of self-sufficiency. Always work smarter, not harder. Hard work is good for the mind, body, and soul, but better than that by far is to work smarter. If you want to succeed in life, be able to support your family and yourself, or just yourself, in my case, working smarter. You need to work smarter and wiser. Some people actually work smarter and are more evil. And how they work smarter is that they think of weird schemes to screw other people out of their money, etc., etc. So yeah, they are working smarter, but they're also evil. But it's about working smarter in a different sense, obviously so. Unfortunately, number 4 for me is to trust nobody. Because those people that actually... When's the last time you heard any human being talk about wisdom? Really long time, wasn't it? Probably never. People that don't care about wisdom and don't seek wisdom, which is basically 99.99% of the world, they have an agenda. And this is the reason why number 4 for me is trust nobody, ever, because everybody has an agenda. And by everybody, I mean 99. Well, you can't generalize. By the way, there's a big thing that I absolutely hate it when people say it, because what it does is it paints themselves as deranged, degenerate, mental midget fools. You can't generalize. Like, yes, I can, because my generalization is accurate. If it's the case that 99.9% of the time is true, it's not a generalization, because something that is generally true is called a truism. That means it's generally true. So generalization means you can't generalize. I can't stand people that say that because they're so incredibly stupid. It's like saying you can't have like a beautiful lady like walk downtown naked in the middle of the night on a hot summer's night. It's like, she's going to get attacked or something horrible is probably going to happen to her. Well, you can't generalize. Yeah, I can, because generally anybody with a half a frigging brain knows that you wouldn't do that because it's bad. So, trust nobody. Number 5, and this is something people really screw up on. This has nothing to do with being a prepper. You know what another word for prepper is? And I'm not a prepper. I'm just someone that believes in being prepared for any and all eventualities. You know what a prepper is? A prepper is really somebody that has friggin' common sense and knows that crap happens. Same reason why I got a fire extinguisher over there. Same reason you wear your goddamn seatbelt in your car. Same reason you got goddamn insurance, fire insurance on your house. You got life insurance. You got medical insurance. Well, you're living in fear. No, it's called being prepared, you fool. If you're not prepared, chance favors the prepared mind, in case you didn't know. So, my number 5 is be prepared for tragedy and all eventualities. Now, some things you can't prepare for, you know. Eventually, the crap, and those are the unknowns. You know, I mean, you could be like, wrap yourself in cellophane wrap and have all the insurance in the world. You step out on the front step and slip on a banana peel and break your skull and die. So, yeah, obviously you can die of countless things, but risk mitigation is something people with wisdom do. Learn those two words. Risk mitigation. Kind of like not running with scissors. You don't do that for good reason, right? Diversify your life as much as possible. Like if you get fired from your job, you need to know how to do more than one thing in life. There's a reason why people diversify their portfolio. Portfolio diversification is important. If you had a moderate amount of money, you should put it in no particular order, in no particular percentage, roughly so. The stocks are going to pay dividends almost without fail, but you can't put a bunch in the stock market. You're going to lose your ass. Land and property, because they ain't making no more of it. Land. Yeah, land. Things to defend your own self. A little bit of gold, a little bit of, not right now because gold and silver are way too damn high, but precious metals. You always need to be diversified for the crap hitting the fan financially or otherwise in your life. If you diversify your life and not only what you know, you need to have a lot of skills. Like I know how to do leather work, I know how to translate ancient texts, I can write books, and I've written many books and articles. I am diversified in life in many, many ways. I could teach. I'd be a good teacher too. I am diversified in a lot of things in life. I can do product photography, commercial, and I wouldn't want to do portrait photography anymore. But I mean, I'm diversified and I can do all those things with ease and alacrity, which is fine. Diversifying your life is incredibly important. Number 7, never take any crap off a scumbag. Let me repeat that one again. Never take any crap off of a scumbag. And there are a lot of scumbags out there. You see, if you are wise, and this is where wisdom is so incredibly important, it's okay to criticize somebody if the criticism is valid. It's like, well, you're a fool because you said this, and the reason why that is foolish is because boom, 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 boom. Given these empirical facts, what you said is incorrect. And that is criticism. That's like, if you had no wisdom, you would say, well, you're just giving me crap. This is the reason why college pukes are fools. Because they think any criticism, well, you're just giving me crap. You know, screw you. It's like, no, I'm criticizing you for valid reasons. What you just said is nonsensical BS, and here's reason A, B, and C. These are the empirical, objective reasons why what you said is false, palpably inaccurate, and you're wrong. So there's a difference between general criticism and just people throwing crap. If you have wisdom, you can immediately discern the difference. Now a fool or a college puke, i.e. a highly educated dumbass, can't distinguish the difference between constructive criticism, accurate, objective refutation of what you said or what you believe or what you've done or made or written. It's like, well, is this guy accurate? See, if you had wisdom, it's like, well, he's criticizing me, but is his criticism against what I've done or said or written palpably valid? In other words, did he give me points? So anybody could throw poo. It's like, well, you suck, I hate you. It's like, well, that's fine. But do you actually have anything intelligent to say? This is where wisdom is so vitally important. I don't mind criticism as long as it's valid, and I'll always look at it critically. Like, well, you know, this person has given me objective, valid reasons of why what I've said or written is inaccurate. I'm going to reconsider because I'm a truth seeker. But people are not truth seekers anymore. But as far as general poo, never take crap off of a scumbag. You know, people just want to throw poo at you. They've got nothing valid to say. If, however, they could substantiate it with evidences and or logic, then it should be listened to. That's valid, constructive criticism. But is their criticism accurate? Well, if it is, then it should be listened to. If it's just someone throwing poo, then they're a scumbag. So this is why you shouldn't take any crap off of a scumbag. And there are a lot of scumbags in the world, especially online. Never hang around losers that grovel in their alcohol or drugs. I don't care if you hate me for saying this or not. You should never hang around losers. You shouldn't, because the people that you hang around, you will eventually emulate them. There's an old saying that says, show me your friends and I will show you your future. You know, if your friends are a bunch of degenerate scumbags that sit at home playing video games and going to movies, your future is bleak. You're screwed. It's like, well, how can you say that? These are my friends. Yeah, but you enjoy hanging around scumbag losers that, you know, just like smoke dope and drink beer and play video games. You know, that's your future. Because you like hanging around these people, you are eventually going to meld yourself into what they are. So, I say, you show me, it's an old saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. You should hang around people that ennoble and lift you up. And this follows with number 9. This is an important one. Listen closely because it's a good one. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I've been that place many, many times. So you're in the wrong room. People enjoy that. Like, I'm the smartest person in the room. You're in the wrong room. You should try to do the opposite. Surround yourself with people who are wiser and or smarter than yourself. That's the room you want to be in. The room that will best serve you is, if you can, for most of you, you can, be in a room where you are the dumbest person in the room. But you want to be in that room. That is the room you want to be in because those people will lift you up. As they say, a rising tide raises all boats. So you never want to be the smartest person in the room. Number 10 kind of follows 8, and my last one. Never hang around people you absolutely do not want to end up like. Never, ever, ever. You know, they may be funny and, you know, fun to hang around with, but if you don't want to end up being like that person, you should never hang around them. That's not antisocial. It's just saying don't hang around losers and pissants. Like, ask Jesse James, or somebody says, why do you rob banks? And he says, that's where the money's at. I don't think Jesse James said that. Another bank robber said that. He said, why do you rob banks so much? So that's where the money's at. You should want to enrich yourself, and you're not going to enrich yourself by hanging around a bunch of boozing losers playing video games and going to the movies. So these are my 10 rules to live by that I do. You could agree with this video or disagree, and I don't give a damn, but everything I've said on this list of 10 is accurate and beneficial to anybody and everybody if they follow it. And that is undeniable. Thank you so much for watching. Lux e veritas. To the Russians, I would say, большое вам спасибо. До свидания, увидимся. Настоящие крепкие русские народы. Let me try that again. Настоящие крепкие русские народы. Молодец. That was a little bit of Russian for the Russian listeners. Apparently I have a few Russian listeners. He's like, that boy speaks Russian. There's some Russian people said that. I did not know you speak Russian. Молодец. That means like good boy, like attaboy, like молодец. Точно сказал. Другая моя. Sorry, that was a little bit of Russian there. Would you rather speak Russian or ancient Pali? Nobody knows ancient Pali. No one's going to understand me if I speak ancient Pali. Oh, okay. It's a little hot in here. I don't know about you. It's a little hot in here. Take off this overpriced expensive shirt. Not on video. Not on video because it's hot in here. I've got an undershirt on underneath it anyway. Thank you. Have a great day.